Breaking news story here on eNCA today. South African Express has been liquidated. An order was granted in the South Gauteng High Court for final liquidation. The airline was placed under provisional liquidation back in 2020 and no parties opposed the final order. Let's go to eNCA reporter Heidi Giokos, who's in fact here with me in studio. So Heidi, first of all, tell us what happened in court, but the reaction maybe from those in this industry with regards to yet another blow with another airline being grounded now.
Yes, I think it's quite a sad day for the aviation sector in South Africa. And the reason for this is because a final liquidation order has been granted for SA Express. The airline was placed under provisional liquidation in April 2020. This basically meant that the airline could not operate. And 2 years later, 2.5 years later, there have been no prospects of a buyer, potential buyer, to buy the airline and basically allow the airline to start operating again. So the courts had no option but to order a final liquidation for SA Express, no prospect buyer and nobody opposing this, which I think is rather concerning, Masego, because yes, the provisional liquidators took over the airline and had to try and manage the airline and find a potential buyer, but also government. This is a state-owned airline. This is a state-owned company, and many would have thought that the Department of Public Enterprises would be coming in to try and save this airline, given that there is a need and a demand for domestic flights in South Africa, given that Mango is not operating, but also with the shutting down of Comair. That did not happen, and government saying it's because there is no money and they were unable to save SA Express. It's very concerning. This means workers basically will not be able to ever work at SA Express again unless it emerges from its ashes, but we're not sure if that could possibly happen. Over 650 workers' contracts have been immediately terminated, and they will be considered as creditors, which means that they will get something, but we're not exactly sure how much money each worker will get. We got a chance to speak to the Dynamic People's Union, who were the first people there to respond, to say that government should have intervened, because this is shocking that they've allowed SA Express to basically fall apart and shut down. Let's listen to what this union had to say.
Government had a capacity to can even intervene, in the sense that they were supposed to oppose because they had money. Somebody with a war chest capital was supposed to come on board. As the union, we are still a newly formed trade union. We do not have financial resources to can save this. But had we have financial masses, we would have saved the situation. But it's very much a sad reality that is happening today.